Well, was it a good performance? No, it wasn't a good performance. Was it a terrible performance? No, it wasn't a terrible performance. I think the expression is job done. Get out of there, get back down to Glasgow with the 3 points. But you know what? You might think this is a ridiculous statement to make on the 27th of January 2024, but that's how champions are made. And you may laugh, you may giggle, you may think, oh my God, has he been drinking already? No, I've not been drinking. No, I am not high. No, I am not out of this, guys. This is what is genuinely the case. Look, champions are made when they go somewhere. They don't play great. They can battle, they can scrap, and they can win a dirty, nasty 1-0 victory. And that's what we did today. Was it a brilliant performance? No, it wasn't a brilliant performance. Did some players stand out today? Yes. Did some players underperform today? Yes. Was it sexy football, as Philippe Clement talked about? No, of course it wasn't sexy football. Philippe Clement said today that it wasn't sexy football at all. And I think there was a number of factors that obviously contributed to that. I mean, obviously, the first of them was the fact the pitch was absolutely garbage. Second of all was the weather conditions. Not only did you have the sun, you also had the wind as well, which held the ball up a lot and also influenced the passage of the game. And look, credit to St Mirren. Absolutely credit to St Mirren. They came out, they gave us a game, they played. They didn't sit back in a low block. They didn't resort to kicking and fouling and dragging down and clawing and generally being hammer throwers. They actually came and played us. And you know what, Stephen Robinson, your team deserves some credit for that. Because all too often, as we see at Ibrox and as we see when we go away on the road, we see teams come and all they want to do is start a fight, sit back, low block, and just basically play like a pub football team. But Stephen Robinson's team today didn't do that, and fair credit to him. I think he deserves some praise for that. Did Rangers have it all their own way? No, of course we didn't. I thought Jack Butland pulled off some absolutely fantastic saves today. Some brilliant saves today to keep us at that, keep us with a 0-0 and keep us at 1-0 as well. I think it just really shows what a valuable asset this man is to us. People in my live chat were talking about the price of Jack Butland. Well, as I said on the stream, and you can laugh at this, Andre Onana was £47 million from Inter to Manchester United. But if Andre Onana is worth 47 million, what the hell is Jack Butland worth? Because he is twice the keeper, if not 10 times the keeper Andre Onana is. Yes, I know playing in Scotland does slightly suppress your transfer value. But if a team came in with a 10, 15 million pound bid for Jack Butland in this window or in the summer, I really do hope the board, after they finish laughing, put the phone down on those teams, because that guy is worth 20, 25 million pound. He saves you a number of points every single season. I thought Jack was absolutely first class again today. Saves, yes, but not just that. Organisation of the defence, constantly pushing the team forward, doing the right thing at all points. Jack was fantastic today. A team that was selected today really did kind of smack a little bit of a rotated team, didn't it? It was a rotation. It was clearly we've played a lot of games in a short space of time, 5 games if you include the Hertha and the Copenhagen friendly games, as Philippe said before the game himself. So we saw changes, obviously Balogun dropping to the bench, McCausland and Matondo dropping to the bench as well. A team that was selected, I think, with an aim in hand of keeping it physical, matching St Mirren's physicality. Hence why we went with Sterling and Raskin and Lunny. The Sterling experiment out. Look, nothing against Sterling. I love Dujon Sterling. I think the lad's a cracking footballer. I think he's physical. I think he's strong. I think he's big. I think he's a good lad. He works hard. He never stops fighting for the ball. He never stops giving up. He never gives up. So for me, Dujon, is that archetypal, player that tries, and that's what we need at the club. But it didn't work today. He was playing wide. Well, seemed to be wide left on the 3, and didn't really work. Did not really work for me today. He survived about the 87th, 88th minute when Ravi Matondo came on. Interesting, that it went that late into the game. I think personally, I would have put Rabi on a little bit sooner. I think his pace may have got, been able to run that tired defence and perhaps exploit it and help us to get that much needed second goal. The game itself, like I said, we had a couple of chances. That we had a Lunny shot early on that the keeper saved. We also had not just the Lunny shot, but we also had the Tav shot, which hit the post and went wide after he went 1-0 up. Now the goal, what can you say about the goal? Look, I've slagged off. Yes, that's right. Slagged off Cyril Dessers big time. And I don't think it's unjustifiable. Some of the things that he's done in the past have not been good. The shots against Dunbar that had Nasser searching space for the balls. the chance against Celtic, which in effect cost us the game. Although there were other mistakes by other players in that game, like Connor Goldson and others. But today he comes up big for us. He comes up trumps. He gets a chance. He takes it. And that is what we need from him, and if he can continue doing that, fair play to the boy. 12 goals this season, excellent 8 league goals. Well done, Cyril. Fantastic finish. But one thing I wanted to pick out particularly and praise from that was the pass by John Lundstram. I thought Lunny was absolutely fantastic again today. Ran at the midfield, dominated the midfield, not only with his passing, he was always up there to take the ball. He was covering, he worked back, he tackled. He was just it was all round. He was everywhere today. And that pass was just absolutely delightful. The pass that he played against Hibs the other night, the lob pass for Ridvan's goal, backed up today with that pass from halfway, picking out Dessers perfectly. Dessers picks it up, goes round the keeper, puts it in the back of the net, 1-0 Rangers. And look, fair play to Dessers for the finish, but that pass from Lunny was absolutely superb. Really, really brilliant. Fair play with Lunny, great pass. And I'll be absolutely honest with you, I cannot see why John Lundstram doesn't deserve another contract. The lad is playing out of his skin at the moment. We know he loves the club. Philippe Clement is getting the best out of him. I don't think this is just a short-term thing. I don't think this is just I want a new contract, so I'm going to play well. As soon as I get my new contract, I'm going to, stop playing. I don't think that's the case at all. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So, look, it is a case of how champions are made. It really is. Like I said today, that team that was picked did smack a lot of being a team that was picked solely to rotate and to, give players a rest who had been, playing a lot of games very recently. Was there some disappointing performances? Yeah, of course there were some disappointing performances. I thought Scott Wright was just a waste of a jersey in the first half. I don't know what he contributed. I know why he played, to rest Ross McCausland. Thought Ross came on second half, offered a bit of threat there. Tom Lawrence as well came on second half, looked fairly decent as well. I'm really worried about Todd Cantwell. I've got to admit, I am really, really concerned about Todd Cantwell. I like Todd, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Todd Cantwell. Last season, he was probably one of the best players in Scotland by a long, long way. And I think if he'd obviously had that form throughout the season last year, he would have been a contender for player of the season. But this season, he just seems to lose the ball, run around like a headless chicken, contribute very little to the game. And I thought Todd was really, really poor again today. I don't know what the case is. I don't know why he's playing like that. I don't know what the issue is with him at all. Tom Lawrence obviously came in and did very well. You've got to look as well at Diamande. Is he going to be someone that comes in and offers a solution? Of course he is. I really do worry about Todd Cantwell. And I think, someone needs to get hold of him and, I don't know, kick him up the arse or something, or try and get him back to what he was last season. We need Todd Cantwell at his best if we're really going to chase down this title this season, which I think we can. I definitely think we can. Now, I do think we still need to sign players. Another thing this team smacked off today for me is, you look at that front four, and with Sterling out wide and Wright out wide and Dessers up front, you kind of look at it and you kind of think, well, one thing we're really lacking is players to come in and relieve those wingers. With Abdallah out till the end of the season and with Danilo out till the end of the season and Kemar Roof still out, we need strikers. We need wingers. That was absolutely blindingly obvious from today's game. It really was. And Philippe Clement said in his post-match press conference that we'd be working up until the very last minute to bring in players. And that, for me, is absolutely fully necessary. So, look, at the end of the day, it is a situation that does need to be addressed. We do need wingers. We do need a striker. And that is a position we're going to need to address. The defence today, I thought Tav had an absolute stinker today. I thought Goldson was a mile off the pace today. He looked appalling today. Absolutely poor. It was that free kick that he gave away in the first half, which fortunately Jameson smashes over the bar. He was just awful. John Suter, I thought, was class today. I thought Suter did absolutely superbly today. He read the game extremely well. He brought the ball out. He tackled well. I thought Suter was one of our best defenders today. Ridvan again, I thought, had a decent game at left back. Why Barisic comes on at the end, God only knows. That guy is just past it, gone, needs to go. I hope it's not a fact that Ridvan's going. There's all that talk in the media about the Galatasaray deal. I really hope we reject that. And if anyone goes, it's going to be Borna. But again, it was not a great performance, not a classic, not an outstanding performance, not one that's going to make the highlight reel at the end of the season. But at the end of the day, it was a win. And that is the positive. Lunny was fantastic. Butland was fantastic. Sterling worked his arse off. Ridvan did well. Suter was fabulous. Dessers worked his socks off. Well done, Cyril. You know, those guys were great for us today. And Tom Lawrence did well when he came on at half time. So it is a game that is what I said on the title of this. It's how champions are made. Champions go, they don't play well, they still get the result. And that's what we did. Now, unfortunately, that lot did win today. They did miss the penalty twice. But you know, it's still there, guys. It's still there. We can still do this. You know, that win that game in hand, it comes down to 2 points and it's all to play for still. So positive that we won today. Positive we get the 3 points. Yes, it wasn't a good performance, but that's how champions are made. Guys, on the way out, 2 jobs, as always. Number 1, smash the like. And number 2, remember always, we are the people.